Hi everyone, very nice to meet you. Just for those of you who are wondering, my name is Jihae. I'm based in Seoul, South Korea, and I'm representing Twente Pathway College, an associate college of the University of Twente. So, first of all, I just go ahead with introduction of the university. So I'd like to briefly highlight a few things about the university. So first of all, the University of Twente has very good quality education, top 200 in the world, but at relatively affordable academic fees. But actually, it's not applied only to Twente, but all Dutch research universities do have good rankings, provide quality education at low academic fees. But thinking about what makes the University of Twente truly unique, then I would say their approach to the education is very different than others. And that is engineering and technology at core, and a lot of social science aspects and entrepreneurial mindset embedded. And they bring all of them into the curriculum or workshops or projects. So all of the academic programs and activities are combined and multidisciplinary, which is very unique. And I think it's believed by the university to be where true and meaningful changes can start. Study style-wise, for students, in a nutshell, it's a project-based education. So in order to complete a project, students need to gather together, share their ideas, research on something, get to a conclusion. Then they also have to present their work to audience. So through this sort of process, there is so much to be done by students. So it's basically students-driven learning, and they not only learn about the knowledge, but also learn about things like how to apply their knowledge into practice and into real tasks, and like how to work with other people, what type of role is a good fit for students, thinking about by the time they go out to industry as well. Lastly, as you can see from the picture there, we have a real campus environment. It's America-style, park-like campus with state-of-the-art facilities. It's one of its kind in the Netherlands, and our students seem to very enjoy their campus life, which is safe and at the same time very exciting. Here you can see all degree options that are fully that are taught fully in English at the University of Twente. As per the character of the university being one of the technical universities in the Netherlands, there are a large portion of engineering and technology degrees, and we've got social sciences and business degrees as well. I'd love to highlight some programs, but given the time being limited, I would encourage you to have a look at the university's website, which provides in-depth and insightful information in respective degree courses. Or you can feel free to reach out to me if you want to talk more about it or have any further questions. Okay. So now, speaking of getting into a bachelor's degree at the University of Twente, here's a simple chart explaining two different ways to enter to the university. Number one, if you've graduated from a local high school in Taiwan, your diploma in most cases wouldn't be qualified to directly enter to the university. Then you will need to take the foundation year prior to bachelor's for about 9 months. Number two, if you hold a secondary diploma that is admissible for direct entry, such as A-levels, IB, or American high school diploma with relevant APs, then you can be considered to start from year one straight away without the foundation. So what's the foundation and what is Twente Pathway College then? Some first facts about the Twente Pathway College here. The Pathway College provides international students with preparation program for 1 academic year on campus, and it is so-called International Foundation Year. The curriculum was co-made from scratch with the university to fit into educational model of the university. And I'm very proud to say that we have very high progression rate, which means majority of our previous students successfully completed their courses with us and managed to secure their place to study a bachelor's degree afterwards. Actually, around 90% means very, very high, and I'm sure they must have got the right level of confidence through the foundation program with us. So some of the benefits of foundation course on the left-hand side. So through the foundation year, you can improve your academic knowledge as well as English skills, including communication skills, or presentation skills or essay writing. And number 2, obviously the Netherlands is a very different country from Taiwan in terms of culture, people, and academic style. So during the foundation, you take some time to adjust your lifestyle and more importantly, academic style into the Netherlands. You can also have the same access to the university's facilities, just like university students do from day one. And you can make lifelong friends from all of the globe. Actually, we have had more than 50 different nationalities, and I've often seen that students make connections with other students in foundation year, then that lasts forever, and I found it really amazing. Looking at how it works on the right side, upon completion of high school diploma in Taiwan, you can take foundation year for 1 academic year, which is approximately 9 months. Then you can pursue a degree course, which takes another 3 years. So you will take, it will take minimum 4 years to complete your bachelor's course at the University of Twente from foundation year. Modules, I will not go too much in detail, but in short, students will study 2 or 3 academic modules per term, depending on their chosen degree. And there's project module as well. As the university provides project-based learning, our students also do a series of projects so that they can learn where to start a project, how to finish. So literally from A to Z about project-based learning. And in this way, students get a flavor of Twente's educational model and get fully prepared for that educational model. Typical timetable of foundation students, it seems there are a lot of free time by just looking at the timetable, but actually students will need to spend equal amount of their time to self-study and do coursework, either on their own or with their students group. Some practicalities. First of all, entry requirements are simple and straightforward. For English, we accept IELTS overall 5.5 with 5.0 in all sub-scores. And speaking of academic requirements, we look for high school diploma with minimum 80% in required subjects. Pretty much everyone needs to have studied mathematics, and depending on what they want to study at degree level, we will also require physics or chemistry have been studied. And all students need to provide a CV and a personal statement before getting unconditional offers. But you don't have to have all of these documents when making an application, as we can issue a conditional offer first. Then you will need to meet all the conditions outlined on your offer letter before deadline. Regarding fees, foundation tuition fee is applied the same regardless of the of your nationality. It's 14,506 euros for all students. Then you will pay between 9,000 and 11,000 euros per year, depending on the area of your degree. Some important dates. Please keep in mind that if you consider applying for one of the Dutch institutions as an international student, then some deadlines will apply for sure. For Twente Pastoral College, there are these deadlines. So please pencil in the dates and don't be late. We are quite strict about deadlines. Okay. Last one is about where to live. Basically, arranging an accommodation is a crucial task for everybody. And there are two options for our foundation students, one in campus and one in city center. The distance between the campus and city center is quite close. It takes about 15 minutes by bike. So both options are quite convenient. All rooms are self-catered, studio type of rooms, and prices are ranged between 600 to 700 euros per month, including all bills. Please note that on-campus accommodation has always been much popular and can be very quickly fully booked. So I would strongly recommend you to move quickly, otherwise risk of no rooms available for you if you're too late, okay? I guess this is all from me. Thank you all to take your time to join the session.
My name is Yvette. I work for the University of Twente, and I'm going to be talking you through why it will be a good idea for you to join us and you do your master with us. There's a lot of things that we need to discuss for you to make the decision, and there's a lot of information. However, we have now like a really compact time, and I try to put some slides together for you. We are going to talk about why the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure other colleagues have talked to you about it, but I have some points that I hope that they are different from the rest, so you don't hear the same. Definitely, we are going to talk about why the University of Twente. I'm going to describe a little bit of the master programs that we have. Also, we are going to mention what are the services that we offer after admission. And finally, I will let you know how to stay in contact with us. So let's start. I think for you, probably you have heard of the Netherlands, that is rather a small country. However, I find that even being small, it is full impact of really iconic features. For sure, you have heard of the windmills, you have heard of the tulips, the cheese production, the wooden shoes. But also, I think it's important for you to know that the Netherlands cycling is really important. It's like I think the most used vehicle for transportation, if we could call it vehicle. There's 25 million bicycles in the Netherlands, so that is almost the double of population. So I just picture that. Something also that you really need to know is that the Netherlands is the getaway to Europe. So you, for instance, for sure you're interested in doing your studies abroad, but you want to be located in a country that if you want to go to another place like Germany or London or France, it's easy to travel, right? So the Netherlands is the right place. If you see in the map, we have like the perfect location to touch upon other countries. For instance, the Netherlands, because of their location, they are from origin, they are traders, and that have been or their history. So that's why that makes the country very international, because they were trading not only in Europe, but then they also moved to the Americas. So that I think that from origin, they are really used to be with international people. That being said, they are also the #1 country that has a proficiency in English as a second language. So that is also really good for us as foreigners. You are not gonna have or encounter any troubles connecting with people. The quality of education here in the Netherlands is really good. You must know that all the universities, there's no, the concept of private universities, for instance, is actually not, it quite doesn't exist, let's say, because the level of education here from the government is really good. And they also have living standards. So the infrastructure in here is great. If you can move from bicycle from The Hague to here to Enschede, we are in the east part of the country. But also if you want to go to Amsterdam, there are cycle paths. They are completely interconnected. So it's completely safe to do so. Some fun facts from the Netherlands that probably you have here, I'm not so sure, is that the Dutch people are the tallest in the world. So for me, I'm Mexican. So when I came here, I was like, whoa, this is like a giant world. It is true, but don't worry, there's also people that is even shorter than me. So that's fine. And they are very independent, and then they rank high in gender equality. That is something really nice, that you don't see any difference. We are all the same, and they are also very private and very punctual. They are also very straightforward, which makes, for instance, for learning, it is really good because you don't have any like, oh, I wasn't sure if they meant this or if they meant that. They are gonna tell you exactly what they mean, and when they say it, they actually mean it. And they also love coffee. The drinking coffee culture in here is something very common, and you will see it in the classrooms when you have breaks from the classroom, so everybody's gonna run to the coffee machine. Nevertheless, they are also the healthiest country, and they have a really good diet, but also, like I mentioned, cycling in the Netherlands is really safe, so I really think that attributes to the healthiest part of the country. I think all of those things together, that makes the Netherlands really a nice place for students for working, studying, living. So you as a foreigner, you don't have it. I mean, definitely you're gonna miss your home country, but the Netherlands is a really nice place to come and study. Why the University of Twente? Well, something for you to know, we are a research university, and we offer bachelor's and master programs, but there's also academics that they focus only to do research. The research must be innovative, okay? And that also is reflected in the classroom. When you are following classes, you are gonna have activities and you're gonna have projects, but in some courses, you're gonna be, the ultimate activity or assignment is gonna be a paper. And that's how research is conducted. This paper or these activities or your thesis, for instance, must have also a profound societal impact, okay? It should be innovative, and you always need to look for the gap, but also you need to make a contribution to society, which I really find nice. And all of this in your classroom is also very multidisciplinary. That means that it's not only you, for instance, if you are studying electrical engineering, everybody's electrical engineering. No, you're gonna have people from mechanical engineering, or probably from business administration. You're gonna have people also from sustainable energy. So there's like a really cool dynamic in the classroom, and so you can actually learn from different perspectives. That's really nice, and that is part of the education. But what actually students say about the University of Twente? There was a research conducted in the university, and I'm really happy to share some of the points that the students, what the students think about the university. What is it like studying in here? They feel that the university empowered them to make their own choices. They feel that professors and everybody around UT staff is really open and approachable. The university also encouraged them to explore new things. There's a sense of community inside of the university, and there's the university also providing room to make mistakes, okay? So these are also 5 points. There's a 10 list points, but I try to pick the ones that probably they are more significant for us today. So this is to give you an idea. I think for some of you, it's really important what are the rankings. The university's ranking in the QS World University Ranking be in the top 200 universities. We are the most entrepreneurial university in the Netherlands. You will see also this in the classroom. If you are really in an entrepreneurial mindset and you have a business idea, believe me, this is the place to develop it. And last year, we were the best technology university. Something that you also need to know is that we have almost 12,000 people as students. 29% of them are internationals. And well, you see the division between bachelor and masters. Naturally, we have more bachelors than masters. And also we have 58 societies in here, student association. That means cultural, sports, academic. So that means like, I think this resembles with the part that I mentioned that there's a aspect for, sorry, there's also some sort of feeling of community. So because you have 58 societies, I'm sure you're gonna fit in one of them. What about UT master programs? We have 5 faculties, and each faculty offers different programs. We have the Faculty of Behavioral Management and Social Science. In there, naturally, you're going to have programs like business administration, but also communication science, public administration, philosophy. We also have an engineering in there. We have industrial engineering and management. We also have the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. In there, we have some sort of the traditional masters, like for instance, civil engineering. We also have industrial design, mechanical engineering, but we have also some innovative programs like sustainable energy and technology, which I think is very popular in Taiwan. So we offer this program. By the way, I know that in our booth and now physically we have some students from this program, alumnus students. So if you have any questions, please check on them. We also have electrical engineering, mathematics and computer science faculty. And in there, we have more like kind of the also traditional science. So for instance, applied mathematics, electrical engineering, embedded systems, but we also have computer science. Finally, we have the, I forgot the name for this one. Oh, I call it TEMBE because it's the abbreviation. Well, in there we have biomedical engineering, chemical science, health science, nanotechnology. So it's also like a bit of a mix of traditional, but also very innovative nanotechnology. You must know that here in the university, we have the largest and most important Institute of Research for Nanotechnology that is called the MESA Plus. If you are into that, I really think nanotechnology is the master for you to follow. And finally, we have the Faculty of Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation. Everything that has to do with the spatial, then is to do for in these 2 masters. If you are into cartography or if you are into land administration, these 2 masters are the way to go. Definitely, there's a lot of programs, and I cannot tell you all about them in this short time, but I'm going to give my details after, so you can contact me if you have questions. I think what is important for you to know is that there's a master that they are 1 year and 2 years program, okay? Usually the division goes like this. You have compulsory courses, but you have also elective courses. You have probably a specialization, internship. And finally, no matter if it's 1 year or 2 years, you need to do a master final project, a master thesis project, okay? So this is the structure of the programs. What is important for you to know is that when you are choosing your program, you have a lot of choices to do, okay? And I think that's what it means with some of the points that you can make your own decisions. You can choose to start, you need to choose your master program, definitely, but you also then you're gonna choose your specialization. Okay, I will talk about that a little bit later, but within this specialization, then you need to choose electives. And then from these electives, you have the choice is not mandatory, to make an internship or to go abroad. And finally, you need to find an interest in master thesis. Okay, so all of this, you have completely the power to choose what is best for you, what is your liking, what is it that you want to do after, because I can imagine after your master, you are thinking about your future, your career. So these choices are going to enable you to have the future career that you're looking for. Some of the requirements for this, of course, is that you need to be very proactive. Okay, you need to be you need to have really good skills in discussing and communicating, and also in planning. Okay? Like I mentioned, in the Netherlands, people are very independent, but they are also very moving forward and open and talking. So these skills are gonna get you through to the master. Nevertheless, of course, because we are coming to a new country, a new education system, I can imagine that you're gonna encounter some challenges. So for this, in order for you to succeed in your studies, every program must have, and it differs, okay? Not every program will have it, but you will see some differences. But in your program, you're gonna have a program mentor, an internship coordinator, a test supervisor, a study counselor, okay? All of these figures can help you to succeed during your studies. What you have to do is to be proactive in contacting them, like, okay, I'm facing this problem, how can I handle it? But okay, this is later for you to know. Like I said, we have different programs and most of them have specializations. So if you are into IT, we have computer science, but we also have business information and technology. So it really depends from which perspective you want to study, okay? And then you see there the different specializations. If you are into energy and sustainability, we have sustainable energy technology, but we also have the management part, which is environmental and energy management. Here's something good for you to know is that if you see the icon that says for TU, this master enables you not only to study in the University of Twente, but for instance, if you want to study, I don't know, like solar or thermal, you can go to Eindhoven, you can go to Delft, if I'm not mistaken. So there's many choices that you can do and many options. And for instance, the environmental and energy management, this master is located in Leeuwarden. So some things that probably you want to know. And definitely we have like the traditional ones, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, industrial design. But let's move forward. We also, for this, if you are really into studying with us, you must comply with some admission requirements. They are not really complicated. You just need like a diploma of 4 years, bachelor, and with a CGPA of at least 80%. Some programs, they have some specific requirements, like for instance, industrial design engineering. For that, you need a portfolio, but that you will find more detail later in the website, or you can contact me, or definitely one is there for you. But what you really need, and this, you need to make sure that you have this, is an English language certificate. Okay, you need to have IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge. Those are the certificates that we accept. Moving forward, because I see someone is there, so I'm not sure if I need to speed up. There's tuition fees and deadlines. Guys, the deadlines, like my previous colleague mentioned, they are key, okay? You really need to mark your calendars. If you want to start in September next year, the application deadline is 1st of May. If you are into one-year program, the tuition fee are almost 13,000 euros. But if you are in a 2-year program, then the tuition fee is 16,500 euros. This is for each year, okay? It's not like 16 and this for 2 years, no, it covers only 1 year. If you want to stay in February intake, if you want to start there, the tuition fee changes, and of course the deadline are the 1st of October, which we passed already. So I'm assuming that you all are moving for September next year. We have scholarships. That's good to mention. We do have a scholarship. We have a website that is called Scholarship Finder, and in there you can filter by your nationality, level of study, and also which program you want to study. But the two most common ones is University of Twente scholarship and Holland scholarship. The UTS, it can give you, or it can grant you until 22,000 euros, okay? And this is like for 1 year. If you want to have the scholarship for the 2nd year of your studies, you can have it. The only thing is that you need to comply with some requirements, and that is like completing almost 50% of your SATs from the 1st year, and you need to keep a CGPA of 7, all right? I see the one. I'm gonna go quickly. After admissions, we have housing, insurance, introduction days. We also have support. I mentioned it already. We have courses for you to learn Dutch. You need to keep in mind that the cost of living is almost 12,000 euros. And I'm moving forward. This is the last slide, I promise, for my colleague that is waiting there for me, and why. Something that I want to mention is that the university is really student-driven, okay? Like I said, you can do your choices in their studies, but we have student associations, we have student teams. And for instance, if you are into mechanical engineering, we have the solar boat team, we have the solar boat, and let me think, motor ride. So all of these teams is like you can hone your skills of engineering in there, but we also have cultural activities. So it's up to you decide what would you like to do here in the university. And finally, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram. You can follow us there. You can also drop your questions. And if you have, if you want to keep contact with me, this is my email. So for further contact, please just send me your questions.